Hello, my name is Kyle. I've got arthritis in both my knees. I'm 48 years old, and I'm going to show you a little bit about how I train legs. So how did I get bad knees? Mogul skiing, I guess, when I was a kid. So that would have started in like sort of grade 6, so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I was into football and rugby and weightlifting. And so that was from sort of like, 14 to football stopped when I was 18, and then rugby went until I was about like 30. Then it was triathlons, didn't do that for very long, like a year, and then it was jiu-jitsu, and then just like still like a lot of resistance training and group classes. And then I started getting shots in my knee. Like the pain started sort of when I was probably 38, 39, 40, 41, somewhere in there. So 30 years. I've heard some orthopedic surgeons say your knees, you get 30 years of high performance work on your knee. That's pretty much what I got. The beers I drank in my life probably didn't help. A lot of crackers and peanut butter sandwiches, that might not have helped. Genetics, is a factor, and not a lot of, fish in the diet when I was younger and whatnot. So I can't say I have any regrets, because I had a great athletic life as like an above average athlete, and some fantastic memories and friends, and sports really develop your character. All the booze and the crackers and stuff, I mean, I don't know. You're a kid. What are you supposed to do? There's also gratitude. I think about my body and the things I've done with it. Yeah, thanks, to my knees and everything else. And, I've climbed mountains, and again, all the sports and the skiing and all the great things I've been able to do. Man, there's so many people that have it so much worse, so much worse. Gratitude is really a special part about how I've dealt with this particular problem, and it's an amazing thing in how I deal with everyday life. So that's just a bit about the genesis of how maybe I got bad knees, and again, part of how I handle it emotionally. Bone on bone, but I only feel it if I cross 90 degrees with my toe forward. So I can show you a few things that I can do. Actually, that's going to be the point of this video, and you'll see it when I can't. Well, let's just start out with that. Let's look at the squat. This is gonna hurt. Here's a squat. Actually, that wasn't as bad as usual. That wasn't as bad as usual. It's right when I get to 90 degrees, knees over toes. That's not so bad. That wasn't so bad. That was probably like a 6 out of 10 pain. It's usually a lot worse than that. So it looks kind of funny that I can actually do this, but I'm gonna get down into a squat. So I've got to help myself down. I have to weight on the ground, get in this position. I can hold this, excuse me. I can hold this position. I'm trying to use my glutes as much as possible, knees out. This can overtrain my quads and hip flexors, and it's sort of bad for my back, but I gotta do something. I gotta train this bottom position, because this is pain-free. I can stay down here. And one of my goals is being able to get up off the ground, obviously, or crawl around a sailboat or something. So I have to train this bottom up position. It's annoying because you gotta do like 1,000 reps. Do them nice and slow, but I can roll up like this. You sort of roll up one vertebrae at a time. You sort of hang out here, and you sort of roll it down. That's sort of the Pilates way, or you can just go straight up, straight down in neutral spine. Like I said, I have to hang out here for a long time, or I'll superset it, or I'll do those at the end, because there's not a lot of resistance, there's not a lot of load there. So those are only resistance training is only effective with a load. We're trying to get some mechanical tension. So here's something I can put a load on. It's a kickstand deadlift, and it's nice and safe. If you've got back problems, So I'm gonna put the weight in the working leg, right leg forward, and this back leg, just a kickstand. That's why it's called a kickstand. It's like your mom has a wooden leg with a kickstand. It's just a little light touch there. All right, hips back, just like you would. Hips back, and I can load this up, and that's pain-free. On my knee, hips back, a lot of weight in that front heel. Here's the other side. I would do more reps, obviously, and I can get up in weight. The problem is, if you're on an upper lower split and you've got, you know, like 40 pounds in each hand on your leg day, that's not good because you're working your upper body on your leg day. So sometimes when I get really good at these and strong, I have to have a total body workout that day because I'm fatiguing the upper body. So, which is fine. This is the new one I'm trying. I want to be able to come up from the ground with one leg. I'm not strong enough. And there's some lateral instability here. Like if I don't have this just in the right track, like I said, if I go forward, I'm screwed. If I use my back leg a lot, I can get up. I use the couch a little bit there. Again, it's this right here. I want to be stronger right here, so I'm going to actually get chairs. And I'm going to train this over the next 6 months. I want to get stronger on this move specifically. With that front leg here. This is my bad knee. The left is a little bit worse, thanks to Jarrett Luke. I mean, thanks to me for not jumping his block, but it was a sweet play and he kept coming across. I was the right side linebacker and he just kept cutting me. And I said, the next time he dive at my knee, I'm just gonna run through the block. And I did that and I tore my MCL a little bit, like a grade 1 or 2. And that did some damage. And so that's why my left knee is worse. Probably something to do with wear and tear over the years as well, but it's not his fault. Good football player. So with all my advice, I always bring in some psychology. So when you have, let's say, arthritis in the knees like me, it's like doing a leg day, it's kind of sad at first. You have to sort of mourn the loss of part of your function. And, you know, you can get down about that and then you're just like, well, what's the point? I'm just not going to train legs. And over the last 5 years, as this has been progressing, there's been a lot of time where I haven't trained legs. Just focus on upper body or whatever, because that's hard enough as it is. I think like anything, when you're in that dark place, it can just get a lot worse. So with arthritis in your knees, if they get weak, you're just going to get worse. And so that's, in terms of motivation, the carrot and the stick. That's the stick. Like, it'll just get harder if I don't do this. And in terms of hypertrophy and having a nice butt and that, okay, like that doesn't motivate me too much, a little bit. Some people, that's everything. They want to have a nice butt. I can do butt stuff all the day. I can do butt stuff all day. Resistance training, the glutes. I can do that. Like I said, you saw the kickstand, deadlift, and the bridges and that. So I can do probably a 45-minute leg workout. I can do the sled a little bit, the hack squat. I can push that a little bit. If I worked out in a gym, I work downstairs in the condo gym. It's not great. Thinking of joining like a proper gym, and there might be some more, you know, available to me. The quads, I train them a little bit. Like I said, with that deep isometric hold, deep sit. So my message is, yeah, keep going, no matter what you're dealing with, whatever, if you've lost a limb or you've got arthritis or you're injured or you're old or all the above, you got two choices. You fight and, you know, get a little bit better and fight off the darkness, or you give up, and that's not my style. If you do feel like giving up, give me a call. I want to help you. I want to help you out and talk to you about it. So thanks for watching. That's my good knee. ish. So I had to push down quite a bit more with my hands.